Okay, so let's do finding. Let's see. Yeah, finding. Okay, so I already told y'all that I do cold calling. All right. We do not use Crexi to find facilities. Okay, we do not use Crexi. All right. So Crexi, obviously, Crexi, if you don't know Crexi is the website that like real estate brokers use to list their commercial properties. And I'm going to show that to you today, but like all different kinds of like any type of commercial property is listed on Crexi. And once I go, I'm going to try to kind of give you an overview of how we use Crexi. But like Crexi, I'm telling you, if you don't want to cold call, if you don't want to grind, right? If you don't want to like cold call and do the way that I do it, because we kind of do the hard way. So we do, you have the easy way and the hard way, right? The easy way is go on Crexi and look for storage facilities, right? That's the easy way. And then there's all these storage facilities. But the truth is like when you go on to Crexi, the prices are just like ridiculous, right? It's like it's like, especially nowadays, because with the interest rates so high, Crexi prices are really just like super crazy. Most of them, I was like 80% of them. All right. Now on Crexi, right, your goal with Crexi is to find the diamond in the rough, right? How can you find that diamond in the rough, right? All right. So this is really kind of this thing right here. It's a skill within itself, right? So if you do not want to cold call, if you don't want to go onto Google Maps and find facilities, which is the way that we do it, we do what's called virtual driving. I call it virtual driving for dollars. All right. I'm going to tell you that way is the best way to find storage facilities, but it is also the most tedious way to find storage facilities. Okay. If you do not want to do the most tedious, then of course everybody goes on to Crexi. All right. And then Crexi just lists the properties, and there's like 700 storage facilities for sale right now, All right, so you can just go on to Crexi, contact the realtor, and then get all the information and run deal analysis. All right, that's what you can do. That's the easy way to find storage facilities. The hard way to find storage facilities is to virtually drive for dollars and then to cold calling the owners. All right. This is really it. I've done every way. Like when you get into my coaching, we go over like 15 different ways to find storage. And some people like to do like letters, like send out letters, because, with letters, basically because some of my students do letters. And what they say is that like, if you send out a letter to owners, then they're going to call you back. So it's really not you calling them, but they're calling you. When they call you, right, that means that they're interested in actually really talking to you and selling, maybe possibly selling their facility to you, right? So you have to think like cold calling versus mailing letters. Okay. And this is really like two different mindsets. It's two different mindsets. When you're cold calling somebody, they are not thinking about selling. In fact, I talked to an owner today, and so there's some facilities up in the North Georgia area that we almost bought last year. It was like actually this time last year we were working with him. We put an offer in. It was going to be an owner financing offer, and then like right at the very last minute he backed out. And so we just told him like whenever you're interested in actually really selling, if you decide that you want to do this, then just call us back. Just call us back and let us know. So then I got an email. I just randomly got an email on Friday, and he said, "Hey, I think I'm ready to like sell now." It's like I'm just not putting in the time and the effort to manage these facilities like I should be, right? Which was the same thing that he had said like last year, anyways. So So I talked to him today on the phone, and he told me that every week he talks to at least one or two people that are trying to buy his facilities. Either one, well, he has 6 facilities total, so either one of them or all 6 of them or whatever, right? But every week he's talking to somebody. And basically what he said too is that when he talks to the people on the phone, right, when he talks to the person, he's asking them like, okay, why do you want to buy my facility? What interests you about this facility? Do you have a number in mind? What cap rate are you thinking that you want to, would you be interested in buying? So, I mean, he's an educated owner that owns, property. And he's trying to figure out if the person that's calling him on the phone trying to buy his facilities are like, legit. And they're not just like tire kickers. What happens is a lot of people, it's easy to call an owner and say, hey, would you be interested in selling your facility? And then they saying yes, and then like you doing nothing about it, right? And there's a lot of times we've talked to a lot of owners that have said, everybody calls me, they all want to buy my facility, but I never get offers. I hardly ever get an offer. He's like, are you actually going to give me an offer? Because I don't want my time to be wasted. And this is something that I am hearing over and over and over from owners. And so what happens, like with my virtual assistants, because they're cold calling, they're the ones that are trying to get in touch with the owners, right? That's their job, is to call them, get them to give all the information so we can send them offers. But there's a lot of owners out there is like, look, I will, if Stacy wants to talk to me personally, I will talk to her. I want to make sure that she's actually going to send us an offer, because like, I'm just tired of getting 1, 2, 3 calls a week, people asking me if they want an offer, and then like never, and I send them the stuff and they never want an offer. Right. So if you're going to actually cold call, I mean, you need to be legit about it, right? Because otherwise you're giving everybody else that actually going to give them an offer a bad rap. You know what I'm saying? And so owners are just getting very annoyed because like so many people are calling right now. And so, and you have to think of that mentality of just calling them, right? Is first of all, when you cold call an owner, are you actually going to be able to have a conversation with this person? If you're going to cold call people, like, be legit about it, right? Like actually talk to the owners and like know what you're talking about, understand what you're talking about. And so that way they feel, because the truth is that an owner, when you talk to an owner on the phone, the only way they're really ever going to sell you this property is if they know, like, and trust you. That's it. They have to know. Luckily, a lot of people know, like, and trust me, or they want to do business, with me. And, that's because I'm very confident. I talk to them. I know what I'm talking about. Right. And, so they just like, they trust me, but so don't be those type of, I'm telling you, I get emails. I just got an email the other day from somebody that was like, hey, would you be interested in selling your facilities, your one facility or whatever. And, and it's just kind of annoying, like, why would you send me some random email? I don't even know who you are and stuff, so just keep that in mind. Cold calling purpose right here is to tell you that you have to be smart about cold calling nowadays, right? You can't just randomly cold call. It's getting harder and harder because there's just too many hands in the pot, right? So this is the mentality that we take here, that the mentality internally. My virtual assistants have been doing this now, cold calling for a year now, putting in offers for a year. They really, honestly, I'm telling you, they know what they're doing, and they're putting in offers every week. It took them 6 months to get to that point of calling and talking to owners and putting in offers, and then just relying on me to help them and guide them through that process. And you could see over the course of the last couple of years last couple of months, that they're just getting better and better and better at it. All right. So just know that cold calling is not easy. It's hard. It's difficult. And you have to really understand the process, the entire process, and how to like talk to owners in order to do it. Okay. All right. So this is the hard way. All right. Mailing letters, right? Mailing letters is easy. That's the easy way, right? You can buy a list, right? You can buy a list easily of owners of like storage facility owners. The lists suck, just so you know, they're not like good. So just expect like, you know, a 1% callback rate, right? So if you send out 1,000 letters, you'll get maybe 10 people to call. Okay, maybe. That's 1% is 10, right? Yeah. Oh, I can't think right now. So, and you know, and then out of those 10, maybe one of them will be interested in like, you know, working with you and stuff like that. You know, so you just have to, you just have to know that mailing out letters is easy. But when you get that call coming in, you need to be on top of it. You need to know what you're talking about. You have to understand deal analysis. You have to be able to talk to them and get them to know, like, and trust you on the phone. All right. So mailing letters is easy. And then cold calling is hard. So we choose the hard way. Why do we choose the hard way? Because nobody wants to do cold calling. That's why, right?